Hello everybody and welcome to another video. And today I'm immediately starting off the video with the finished building over here, the one that we're actually missing. I still need some iron bars here, but it's pretty much done. You can see the inside here, and now of course this machine is now stopped because this is full. And inside of here, our delivery system completed all the requests and we should be filled, yes, of all the nuggets. Now of course we do still need to do something. Nuggets. And yeah, I actually needed to make a third basin over here so we can actually handle a lot more items, and I needed another cobblestone generator, which means this area is now pretty much off limits whenever it's actually working, because it is indeed a lag machine. So hopefully we can now use our little truck here today, which got a little bit of an improvement. And with him and with this delivery system over there to the train station, to that train over there, we can actually start processing all of these guys by crushing them and actually getting the respective ingot. So today we're gonna make an ingot factory, but first there's a couple things we need to figure out. See, this little area over here is actually making cobble, gravel, and tuff, and I would like to have access to it, like these guys, on my main base. So we could just find a way of making the packages come into this guy, and then it would take them to the train, and the train would do its thing. But we got an update to the mod. So we now have some help with these little robot bees. Now I added create mobile packages to help me send items further away and actually make it a lot easier. You see, we don't really need to make a proper line, we can just tell it to go directly into there, for example. So let me just grab all the resources I need and we can start working on getting the cobblestone, the tuff, and the gravel over here. Oh, and yes, PoE's been sucking a lot of my time, but hopefully I can get some videos back to you soon. So let's start this off right. Now, first of all, I went ahead and grabbed me some very important stuff, mainly more packagers, more factory gauges, and of course, these Robo B ports. And basically, they're the thing that I need to send the packages to, and then the bee will actually do the thing that it needs to do. So first things first, we need to connect the stock link to our already connection, which I believe if we click on there, we should have access to everything. Yeah, this seems right. Yeah, there we go. We're connected to our stones area, basically. Which now means that if I just do, well, not that actually, hold on. Why did I place those guys there? No, scaffoldings. Oh God, there we go. I had shuffle on. And we place a packager and we place a port and we connect it to our system like this. Whenever we actually have a request for example, gravel, that's sent there. Oh, now, of course, I might want to separate this because this one's actually also requesting for gravel packages. And then the gravel packages will not know where to go. Ooh, I think there might be a little bit of an issue here. Because what happens if I request a package? Does it know that it needs to come out of here? Or it's actually going to come out there? Guess we'll know when we try it. So basically, I'm going to have a package here. And then this package is going to have this Robo B port. And open it up. You can see that, well, there's no Robot B here. We're going to give it 3 Robot B. And then you're actually a Robo B port. I don't think your name matters for what we're going to try to do right now. The one that matters is that one. Because to send the things into the train, I'm actually going to be using our belt over here that's going underneath this walkway. And we're going to have this Robo B port picking up the packages. So you're actually going to be called main cargo stones, because this is the name that we have for our storages, and the packages that we have being sent, like for example there, are being sent through the same name, the main cargo stones. Oh yes, and like I said, we did a little bit of an update here. Basically what we have is a weighted ejector that sends any packages all the way up there into that chute, into the hopper, and then into the portable storage interface. And like you guys said in the comments, the problem might have been because that this is like a very tight angle and the packages were not actually connecting properly to the interface. This way I've tested it and it works flawlessly. So now that we have this with a proper name, we have the other one for gravel set up. I only need to grab these factory gauges and connect it to the cargo stones. So we connect it right here and we can place that one there. We're gonna grab, well, gravel, and we're gonna put it over here and monitor. Of course, this one says 0. We're gonna say that you're actually gonna send to main cargo stones. There we go. And I'm gonna set this to a stack and quickly run over there and try to see what's gonna happen there. And yeah, exactly. We have a lost packages. Okay. So we kind of need to figure out another way of doing this. Okay, that won't work, so new plan. So here's the updated version. We go to this little area that I made upstairs, and we now have, of course, well, we already have this chain going on here, and I made a little bit of a hole there so things can actually go through. We have a main cargo stones frog here, and he picked up that package. So now all we have to do is I hope that I can just flip this funnel, and then the item will pop along to here where we have our 9 robot bees. And this guy will take it to, well, the Robo B port that's called main cargo stones. That I've hooked up all the way over here in the train station. And yes, the item does go into a chute down below and go all the way to our cargo train. Oh, and yes, these bees actually go through walls, so this should all work perfectly fine. Of course, I would like them not to go through walls, but I guess we can't manage everything. Oh, there we go. Main cargo stones flying off. There she is. And yes, she's actually gonna go through the block there. Deposit it there. And maybe if we just F4 into here, I think we just saw the package going in. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so our chutes actually need to have a filter here. I twist the first one. The first one needs to be a chute that doesn't take out the bee. I didn't actually account for that. Okay. Well, it made it here, so now let's actually bump this up to 16 stacks and try and follow it with free cam. Well, it's getting here perfectly. It's going into the bees. I don't think I can actually see the bee from here. There it is. And hopefully it doesn't actually go and... Oh, it's not getting dropped out of here. There's another bee coming there. But at the same time, they don't go back. Huh. Well, I guess we need like another bee port sending bees back. I thought you would go back. Why don't you go back? What's the issue here? Oh, okay. I mean, I guess we need to try and recycle them somehow. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I raise this a little bit so we can actually have some drains here where I'm gonna be exporting the bees out of this little guy. And whenever he has 2 robot bees, or well, no, I guess we can set it so whenever he has 2 robot bees, we can send him into here, or we can just send them all into there and then sort it out over there. And I knew these rooms would be handy. So basically the bees will pop them into here, and now I have a brass funnel here that is only sending items out when there is actually 2 bees. And of course, afterwards it goes into this tunnel. 1 bee goes that way, 1 bee goes this way. Now that one will get packaged into a package that goes into the bee port, tumble onto here and get sent into here. Then this one will take the bee from here, and hopefully this bee will take the package, which means the single bee and itself all the way back to there. Now I do need to get power here, Oh, let's actually put this to the test. Oh, wait, hold on. We haven't done, well, nothing here. And if it's actually going to be receiving a package, we need to unpack it. Yes, we need to unpack this. So let's try to make something here real quick to unpack it and then send the bees into here. Okay, so this area should fix the issue. We have the bee port right here, which will take the package and take out the bees. Package goes into this packager, which then should unpackage these into here. You might need to power this with a lever. I'm not sure. I don't think we do. And then this guy just takes the bees and puts them right into there. So hopefully this works. So let's test this out. Let's put 2 bees into here. They should get split. And you do not go into the packager like that. Okay, so now pushing everything forward of the block so we can actually fit a barrel there, because it does need to go into a barrel. And now put it like that. Packages, sends the package in, and the bee goes. Fly, little bee, fly. And let's see if it works over here. Package, everything. Yes, it worked. It only took like an hour to figure all of this out, so yeah, it took quite a while. Now, unfortunately, I don't really have a good space to put the cobble guy besides this one, where he immediately sends the packages all the way into that chain. It's fine. So technically, all we really have to do now is put Tough into here, and we put cobble into here, and after we set them up, we should be able to ask for them and nothing should go wrong. Actually just do 1 stack at a time so everything goes smoothly. So let's start with the top here. Let's just ask for a quick stack and see if it works. Well, top is working, so we should be okay, right? Should see a package. Yep, there we goes. Oh, I bumped them both to 16 and oh, what? Hold on. Of course, I'm missing something. Cargo and homes. There we go. And well, let's hope this doesn't like start breaking and I have 50 packages flying. Well, the bees are flying fine, so hopefully we should be good. And then the bee one is taking the bees back. Ah, that's so good. And here comes another one. And our train just arrived back on again. It should have a few packages, actually. I think it should have like 3 packages now. And it's kind of nice, like I'm using the the post boxes here, and if it has something to send, it has a little flag on there, which is kind of nice. So let's make my area start working. Yep, there should be plenty of packages, just hoping on that the truck starts picking them up, and it should like wait a decent while. Yep, is now picking this one up, and then it's gonna pick this one up. And I believe that one is the last one because it did not ask for more andesite. Yep, there you go. He has 4 packages. This area started into full kickoff mode, building and doing things all around here. Packages are flowing on here, and the train's already coming back from his last delivery to pick up the new ones. Man, it's so cool when I actually see the base like fully working. So cool, man. But now to more important stuff, because we need those ingots and we need them soon. So I made this. We now have a little bit of an area where we can work on and actually start planning things out. And I did move the train track, so now the trains can come in and stop by, or they could just keep going and move forward. Now, I just realized a little bit of a potential issue. You see how we have that train over there? I never really accounted for something. But if we keep like having a very high attention to what we do over here, we should never really have an issue. But for example, we have these portable fluid interfaces right next to this track, right? So any train that pops on here will, well, interact with it. Those ones were not an issue, but these ones could potentially be. If we put any other portable fluid interface at this height on train that just crosses this area, which is pretty much all of my trains at the moment, we might have some issues. So we do need to pay attention to that. And that's pretty much the reason why I made that thing over there turn the way it does. Because I realized that we could have a potential issue if any of the trains that I made would actually just come over here, do this lap around, and initially I had it connecting over there. And the trains were actually preferring going there instead of using this one that I've built over here. But now the trains, since this is pretty much just a detour in the track and then they just connect on back, if they don't need to go into there, they just keep moving forward, and that should solve some issues. And then I realized I'm gonna need another train because we need the one that's delivering the cargo from the village down there, and we need another one that's gonna take the items from here into our storage. Now I believe that one I'm gonna make a little like not as big, and it should just like sit here until he has any resources. The other one was potentially gonna be using like this train station or a train station there or something like that. But it just stops, deposits what it has to do, and then just moves on, and then the items will be put into this one. Or maybe just the other way around, you know, because I'm still figuring things out. But the most important part is actually building something here that can actually handle those blocks from the village. And hey, right now is also probably a good time to set with that off partner with Wabanode. So if you're looking to host a server and possibly want to help me as well, feel free to check the links down below to host your own Minecraft servers. So I'm starting to point out things here, and I'm actually want to use like some of the new stuff that I have. So I have this brass gearbox, which apparently we can configure every single side on its own. So, oh my god, we can. Oh, that's so good. Because I want that one being there, so because we're gonna have a couple of belts moving along here, taking the items out of here. And if we have this, then we could easily use the gearbox here to power these two sides in the same direction. It's actually so cool. Now, unfortunately, these ones are actually quite expensive because they require a rotational speed controller and a cogwheels to make them. But they're pretty cool, you know. I just place it over here and see that one's moving right, that one isn't. So boom, there we go. So this is what I've built at the moment. You guys can take a little look from above, but let's go through it. So I moved the train station over here. We'll have to connect it to a post box so that the post box will put like the items in here, and then we'll pretty much unpack everything into this item vault, and we'll have it connected so it requests like at least 8 stacks of everything into these vaults, and then they will be coming out here sorted: azurine, viridium, ochrum, and crimsite. They will come up this belt and then drop up into the crushing wheels. Afterwards, everything goes into this middle vault, and this middle vault will need quite a few threshold switches because we need to keep track not only the nuggets that we'll be using to make all of these guys, but the ore itself. Then on the front here, we'll have every single type of ore being let through into the washing setup, and we'll have them filtered at the front. So we'll pretty much sell it. I believe this one is the gold. Yes, you can see the gold nuggets will come out of there, go here and go into the basin. And then we'll just connect it over here to also have gold nuggets here, which I kind of forgot, but we can just do that and then put this guy with a filter to make coarse gold ingots. And for example, the gold ingots will just pop on into this weighted extractor to jump through this belt and pull up into here, which will then end up into these barrels. Now I'm using barrels, I'm not using a vault, because I want a single storage for every single one of them, because then we can actually connect like threshold switches to some certain areas if you want to. I don't believe we need, because this should back up on its own. Like if that one backs up, this backs up, this backs up, this backs up, which means that all of this will back up. Now the problem here will be if this one's backing up, right? That means that any like gold ingots or stuff like that, or gold nuggets, will get stuck in here. So we do need to kind of figure out a way to handle that. We can just void upgrade these dudes over here. I don't think that's the best option. I'm still need to figure that out a little bit better, because if we void upgrade it, it means that our village over there will most likely never stop running, because it will constantly be making the blocks that needs to be sent into here. and I don't really want that. I like to have like a threshold switch for the entire setup. So maybe what we could do is just have like some sort of overflow protection somewhere. Maybe I can push these barrels like a couple of blocks forward and have it so that the belt kind of turns. So whenever the barrel is full, it will just automatically stop sending golds. Like, I think oh wait, I got an idea. You know, threshold switches are amazing. I just realized that what I'm gonna do is whenever this drawer, which I have no clue how many items it can actually hold, whenever this guy is like 75% full, it will send a signal, and that signal will shut off the golds or the, for example, the ochrum. Yeah, the ochrum area, so no more ochrum will be sent. That's what I have to do here. And with 75% should mean that anything that's left from here in terms of gold nuggets should be processed and still end up inside of here. And we'll just turn it back on whenever it's like 10% at a 10% space. I really don't know how much a no diamond barrel upgrade holds, and we can actually make it even higher. So that will be gold. Then we need iron, copper, and zinc. And I believe this one is iron. This one, I don't really know sure which one it is because they come out of there. Okay, so that one is copper. So yeah, this one's copper and this one is zinc. And that's pretty much everything done. Now, of course, we do need to set items in here. We can test out with a stack of each. Like, we can manually test it out. It should perfectly work. The only thing I'm missing is filters here, so I need to grab a couple of filters and filter them for the crushed ores. Well, I realized I kind of forgot that we would probably get electrum, and I do need to deal with it, and we might just want to use it and make it into ingots as well. So I think I'm going to use like this little area over here, take all the electrum out of there, put them into chutes, send them upwards into a second floor where we will be making the ingots, and where we'll also be making some brass, because I want to automate brass as well. But most importantly, I now got my hands on a couple of these. I'm not going to use the ochrum just yet because we do not have anywhere to put. Well, I guess we can use it because it will just remain, the nuggets will just remain here, the electrum nuggets. So I might just use it. Yep, I just realized something else. And that is whenever we are actually washing items, we're gonna get some more items. And I completely forgot about that. So when we're washing raw gold, we're gonna get quartz, for example. So we do need to take it out. Now, luckily, I believe we can take it out over here if we're lucky. We should be able to. Just put like a drawer here and take it out, and then we can put like a, I don't know, weighted ejector and send it somewhere else. Here we do have some extra space here as well that I believe we can take out whatever comes out from the there and there, and that means we're actually going to be need to changing these guys. Oh boy, oh boy. Or wait a second, I got an idea. Yes, don't you guys love it when all works out? So basically, to fix anything, we can either take the items into like here through the middle, or we can actually use these sidelines, which I think I want to do so we can manage it a little bit better. Like, we take 2 items here, and we take the other 2 items from here. Then we have a chute that sends the items into the second floor as well. So hopefully I haven't forgotten anything now. So let's give this a proper go now. And I brought myself here a little bit of an item hatch, which I believe we can use to put items into it. And I believe we can just do that. Oh, that's perfect. And that's bad. That's perfect and bad, because I believe I just sent Crimsite into, well, the oblivion, basically. I knew it. I knew it. I had forgotten something. I always do. Okay, now items should not fly off here anymore. So hopefully everything's fine. Now, I did hear things being crushed, which is perfect. Now we should see iron ingots flow into there. Yes, we should see iron being washed. We do see redstone, because redstone is an overflow and it's gonna pop out in the sides. So let's actually take all of it out of here. And we are making iron ingots, right? Yeah, we do. We got 20 iron ingots from that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now I'm actually gonna process these extra ones that we have over here. And we might just toss in these ones to be washed. Might just send these guys into the vaults so that they can sort themselves out whenever they need to go. We want to probably put these into here so that they are processed. And we should start seeing a bunch of stuff happening here. Well, as you can see, we have all of these things working. I did put the filters on, so I now need to work on the second floor, which should manage all of the electrum and should manage clay, redstone, nether quartz, and gunpowder. Now we can also use the nether quartz and the redstone dust into automating the electrodes and some other things, I guess. This can really expand into a massive factory over here, or you can just use these to send them into our storage. Okay, now I think I got everything under control. So basically what we're doing the same thing that we did before, but now we have some threshold switches over here that have the redstone links connected, and whenever this thing is over 100 stacks, which it can hold 128 stacks, this will now trigger, which will basically mean that it will send a signal all the way back here, stopping that funnel, which should mean that no more, for example, Okram here should leave the vault, which in turn should mean that this would just stack up in Okram, and whenever you have the train delivering a certain amount, the train should then not bring any more Okram, which is perfect. And then, of course, we have the items that are flying over to the second floor over here. We got a belt here that's putting into some of these drawers right here. These ones are void upgraded. I don't really want to have to deal with it. They are gold, so they hold 6,000 of each. That seems pretty nice to me. So they're not infinitely generating. They're of course dependent on these guys below. So they're not independent of their own. They're just some nice byproducts that we can actually use to get some stuff done. And over here we also have the other byproduct being electrum, which means now we need to actually have trains do stuff around here. Now the first train is actually going to be the cargo train that we already have. So it's going to be this little guy. Man, I can't get enough of these new gearboxes from Create Connected because they just solve a lot of issues that we have. Like, I would have had to have 2 gearboxes, but with this one, I can just use this one here. So now we have a train station right here, which is basically going to be the train that's actually going to be depositing stuff. So our cargo train will stop here, and then we need to connect a post box here. So I believe we right click here and put the post box into here, and I'm gonna name it Ingot Factory. There we go. So basically anything that's being sent to the Ingot Factory, as we can see. So basically whenever the train has packages to here, they will come out, go into that packager, and being sent into that item vault. And since we already have like these factory gauges connected to these stock links, and the train schedule is already done to immediately travel anywhere that it needs to deposit stuff, and we might want to change this to Ingot Factory as well. So there we go, Ingot Factory. We can now pretty much just go here and place these 4 items like so, and basically we need to put all of these here. So all of them are now connected to the Ingot Factory, right? Like so. And now hopefully if I ask this place to have, I'm gonna say 9 stacks because that's a single package, we should be able to just do this on all of them, and we should see any moment a train pop on by with a bunch of packages. Of course, I actually want to make sure that our packages are being sent here, underneath here. They should. So here the boy comes, and please. Okay, 1, 2, 2. Only 2? What? So I just saw this being triggered, and there's actually now, well, packages here. So I'm wondering if it might be a chunk loading issue, and I might need to have this area chunk loaded, which honestly, I really should. Yes, but the train, well, we got those 2 packages, so it should actually move on right through. And why are you going here? Do I have any package to put here? Oh, he might have some here because I just took some from above. Yeah, he did have something to finish off here. Do you have more packages, sir? No, you actually don't. What? Well, maybe he does. Let's see. Nope, he just went on through. Okay, he has 4 packages, which is the 4 packages that should have been sent up there. So it might just take in some time, and probably that area is not chunk loaded, so that's why those packages were not being sent here. So we need to keep that area chunk loaded, and our base is already chunk loaded, so we should probably chunk load the ingot factory as well. And it should wait 30 seconds, and now we should move through. Oh, right on cue. Here he comes. Please turn, please turn, please turn. Oh, yes. Oh, no. But luckily, that's one of the reasons why I can just relocate stuff. So now we should move on to the other side. And... yes! And the packages got delivered, and we got things being processed. There we go. Got things being washed. Perfect. We have ingot automation. Okay, problem number 1. This. I kinda need to restrict copper to one of these areas. Copper cannot go on to everyone. I'm sorry, copper. You're gonna have your own dedicated lane, and the others will use everything because copper actually takes quite a lot. And basically, what's happening here is that copper is just backing up because the presses are not fast enough. Now, of course, we can actually make this go faster because I do have this only at half power, so we can max it out. We're gonna have everything move a lot faster. So these presses should work a lot faster. We should have a bunch of ingots now flying all around, and well, we don't really need to worry about the power. But now we need to work on brass, but I think I want to make the rest of the building first because, well, it just looks nicer. I need to go and grab some chunk loaders so areas are chunk loaded, and that's gonna take quite a decent amount of time because I need to point out what building blocks I'm actually gonna use. So yep, that's probably gonna be all the time we're gonna have for today. And guys, feel free to let me know what should I do with this byproduct over here, you know? Let me know down below what you think we should do. But as always, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and as always, see ya in the next one. Bye.